what we're going to do is we're going to start with this part, this extension, then go on to the second one here, and then come to the one which is inside. Now, Alauddin Khalji, which app we are concerned with now, is one of the most important kings of the Khalji dynasty. He's the guy who came up with the capital city of Siri. There have been a series of capital cities within the Delhi region, and Siri was the one built by Alauddin Khalji. That's why you have the Siri Fort Auditorium and Shahpur Jat village today. And you can still see some foundation walls. There's not much left, there's no palace complex, etc. But if you just drive around that road between Haus Khas and Shahpur Jat leading towards the sports complex of Siri, you'll see some old walls along the side of the road. That's what remains of his capital. So I'm going to talk a little more about him, and the area we are moving into is Alauddin Khalji's doing basically. As late as the 19th century, but you don't have any specific information of people buried here. There are wells, there are some graves behind you, that's a well, and you'll see grave platforms all around, even small mosques, and many of them are much later period monuments. In fact, the gateways through which we enter, they are remains of a sarai, a rest house of the 18th century, 18th, 19th century. So there's been a lot that has been going on here, but not everything survives.
So the ruins which are there in the first class village, they are from Khalji's time?
The tank there was originally built by Khalji, then it got silted up, then Firoz Shah Tughlaq came along.
Okay.
He re-excavated the tank and then built the complex around it. So the ruins are Tughlaq period, about 50 years after Khalji, Alauddin Khalji. Okay, now Alauddin Khalji is sometime around the beginning of the 14th century, from 1296 to about the first 2 decades of the 14th century. And he's a fairly ambitious guy, and he practically rules over the entire subcontinent. So, which is a big deal at this point of time, because it's a fairly unstable period politically. So even though there are a bunch of new rulers, and they're still trying to find their feet over North India, Central India, it's not that they don't meet with any resistance at all. They're constantly being told, there's a constant resistance against a bunch of new people who have just come in. And there are small rajas who always think that it's our territory. Who the hell is this new guy who has suddenly appeared on this scene? And that is why it's not an easy task for any new ruler to establish themselves. Alauddin Khalji still manages to come up with a series of new regulations. He's controlling prices, he's coming up with all kinds of revenue demands, all sorts of administrative changes to make sure he has a good standing army so that he can effectively control all these areas he's supposed to rule over. And he manages to do that quite well. His successors are not so successful, and Khalji, that is why Alauddin Khalji, that is why somehow stands out in his dynasty. Now, the bits of stone you see here, these are actually huge pyres for the screen which you could see over there. So if you look at the map, Alauddin Khalji is the last of the rulers who decided to expand on this, who decided to expand on this complex. Yeah? So the original Qutub being only this much, and the original mosque being only this much, the Qutub Minar wasn't completed, and this was the extension done by Alauddin Khalji's predecessors. Khalji said that this is not good enough, I have the money and the clout, I am the king, so let me extend this further. He goes around and builds this entire extension, this bit. Yeah? And these are the screens I referred to. So what you see behind you, these are actually fires of the screen. And the screen was never completed. It was intended to be this way, but it was never actually completed. And this is what is remaining from them. They just started constructing it, but never actually got around making it. So just by the size of this, whatever is left, foundations you could see, you could say, you can imagine how massive his conceptualization of this extension was. And as part of this extension is this building, the one you see behind you.
So he intended it to be like this, okay? Or he...
No, he wanted it to be taller than the Minar. Alauddin Khalji decided that the Qutub Minar is not good enough and he can definitely better it. So he decided, let's build a Minar twice its size. So he got this far and he died, and nobody else was after him was ambitious enough to actually follow it up. So this is the Alai Minar. Minar means a tower. Alai from his own name, Alauddin, and this is his doing. Yeah? So let's take a look at the Alai. On the other side, there are some larger windows where you'll be able to see that the inside of this structure, there is a core, a solid core. And what you see here is an outside layer, and there's a gap between the two. And that gap was supposed to provide a gradual ramp which would lead you up. And these are windows for ventilation and light through that ramp. Come. Here you can see that there's an inside core which is a solid one, and the gap between the outer layers and the one inside. That's where the ramp would have been to lead you up. And this is only the first story. So he intended it to be twice the size of Qutub Minar, so you can pretty much imagine how ambitious he was. And the pattern on the outside, what you see on outside is just the rubble masonry. It's not the final finishing decoration as you see on the Qutub. But the pattern is what is called angular fluting. If you were to watch it from the top, a bird's eye view, you'll see that it's something like the alphabet M in English language. Inside? No, the one outside. So it goes zigzag, right? Yeah, the pattern on the outside goes zigzag. So it's called angular fluting, and it's used in the Qutub as well.